What it do it, Vangeloids? Hi, I'm streaming today. Trading cards is what we're streaming today. Ultraman trading cards is what we're streaming today. Hello, Long was here, first to the chat. Glix Blurt, Adam Rockmore, and Mischievous Turtle. How you all doing? What a Saturday it is. What a let's be frank, what a Gundam trading card game Saturday it is. But that was earlier today. I didn't open anything interesting back then, but I opened something interesting Gundam-wise, which led to me possessing more Ultraman cards, which was my funny little story. Am I an NFT and can you download me onto your hard drive? No, that's illegal. Scorp, what's up? I played at a Gundam SC01 release event today, so I got one of the deck building box. And my packs inside had an LR new Gundam, which was cool because the deck building box has Amuro Ray in it. I also had a what was else in the box? There was a set 5 Amuro Ray and a set 5 Kira Seed Gundam. And then I won a pack because I won my middle game because I drew into it by turn 2 or 3. I had Amuro and the Grandpa Gundam and Hero and the Wing Gundam all in my hand, which was a real bulldozer of power tripping to unload on somebody, which is quite funny. But it was neat. I mostly wanted the deck building box because I think it's a neat product, and I'm a very like, I want Gundam card game around as a casual thing, and I want all the Witch from Mercury singles. Now I need to find out what all the new Witch from Mercury singles are for set 5. But the SC01 release event, what a fascinating format, because we still only had 30 minutes to deck build, except you were opening 4 packs and then also had 125 other cards there. And the new ban rules, which meant you had to not put, you could not make Blurple, and you had to watch out how many, like, which 2122 you use. So it was kind of fun, but it was very, very, like, overwhelming for me, a casual Gundam cards person. Oh, what's up? We got just shredded 2 packs as a treat from BPO5 from EB after work. Got a quad rare Omega and triple rare G'd Magnificent. Hell yeah. If you need a second quad rare Omega to pursue the Omega deck, I have a spare. But I did pull a shine. I pulled a Constellation Common Plus from one of the booster packs. One of the, like, the LK Common Plus. I don't really know. It was something from, it wasn't from Witch from Mercury, so I don't know what it is. Does the 2122 rule apply? So I asked, and over at Banana, and I agreed with this. They said we are going to use the new ban list even with SC01, which I think made for more interesting games, because otherwise, everyone's going to take Mikazuki and Amuro and put them together with Grandpa and Barbatos and Kira and Ailstrike, and that's it. That's what everyone's running, and then they'll see if they open anything in their packs afterwards. And then they'll just pile in every single 2122 that they have, and every game will play exactly the same. Not to say every game was, like, completely different, but I thought that the construction experience was a lot more interesting this way. To this day, I still don't know how to build a Gundam deck. About 28 units, say 8 pilots, 4 bases, 8 commands, and then add till you have 50 cards afterwards. I shrug. The other answer is net deck. Go to Eggman. Yeah, I had some fun with that, and now I'm gonna have some fun with this, which is the new Ultraman set that was a little bit delayed getting to Canada. Mad Merchant had their Galaxy Cup yesterday, and patiently afterwards went through. See, I brought them 2 Gundam cards, because I got 2, what I thought was MSRP copies. Turns out MSRP for Gundam starter decks actually is way lower than what anyone ever sold it for. But what I thought was MSRP for starter deck number 1, so 30 Canadian dollars, I got 2 of those. So I'd have my 4 shiny Grandpa Gundams, but more importantly, my 4 shiny Aerial Permet Score 6s. And then they each came with, like, a blind packed single card in shiny treatment. So my first deck had a shiny white base. My second deck had a shiny Grandpa Gundam. So I brought the white base and Grandpa Gundam, who's the more important part of this equation, to Mad Merchant and said, I would like to sell you these for store credit. And they said, we'll give you $220 for them. And so I said, that's great. So what that meant is that I already had about $10 of store credit, so I spent less than 30 Canadian dollars on 2 more boxes of this, which I did open last night with local area players Larry Omega and Orbmeat, and we did some trading. But this was my box I actually bought to stream opening, and to get cards from. So, on the plus side, the main deck I wanted to build out of this, I got all the parts for. But this introduced, like, 4 decks. And now I'm seeing if I have more parts for another one. So this is still going to be pretty exciting. Because the pull rate on set 8 is friggin' juicy. It's at least 2 quad rares. And set 5 was 2 quad rares, 2 alternate arts APs, and 4 triple rares. On set 8, they have raised the drop rate to 2 quad rares, 2 APs, and 6 triple rares. And then one of the boxes I opened had a 3rd AP in it, which was just like, you know, let the good times roll, let it rain upon me. So I'm hoping to see. I didn't bring a knife over because why would I ever do that? Sounds like something that a small timer would do. who needs help with this kind of thing. I lost at least 20 seconds of my deck building time today, trying to get the shrink wrap off of the deck building box product. By the way, if you have any interest in Gundam card game, and they actually keep printing the dang thing, the SC01 deck builder box for Freedom Ascension or whatever, Freedom whatever it's called, it's really, it's a good little battle box, and I hope that thing stays in some kind of circulation. Now, naturally, Bandai made sure that nothing is ever truly fun for you, so they put a random single card pack in each one of those things with one of 3 Alt-Art X bases that apparently people love paying tons of money for. I got a Wing Gundam one. I feel very little for Wing Gundam as a series, so I'm gonna wait a bit and see like if I can sell it for like $20 to $1 million. They also furthermore have a slip cover over the box. It comes in like a nice, glossy, sturdy but cardboard card storage box with a slip cover over it. There are also one of 3 different designs when you pull the slipcover off, which I think is cheeky, but in a way I respect and enjoy. So that part I don't mind as much, but the random X base was kind of like, you're figuring out a way for this to be more expensive on the aftermarket. Oh, Scorp, you got the Wing Zero base as well. Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. It's just, I don't really care. Like, in Gundam, I don't really care about bling at all, so if I can turn it into money for other things, I would rather do that. Looted all the BP06 packs from Mad Merchant, pulled 6 triple rares and an EXP. Dang it! So we did have someone pull a non-Ultraman player was like, I'm gonna buy 1 pack of this from the open box that's in the displays. Bought 1 pack and pulled the EXP that is like 1 per case of the anime style alt art based on the heroine actor. And I was like, why you? Anyway, this is the box topper for set 8, because this set is the 60th anniversary set, so who better to top a box than the first of the cute boys in Ultraman. It's him. It's Bemular. Look at him. Look at that face. He's having a good time. Bemular is a level 6. Kaijuro is 567. So he's a level 6 kaiju. 9k when you play him. If you grade him up somehow, it's 15k. When this enters play, and they're accounting for the existence, perhaps, of a level 5 Bemular. If you have 2 or more kaiju with type Hazard, other than this character, you can give this guy a BP increase, aforementioned, for a turn, or for this turn. Additionally, if you have 2 or more kaiju with type Invasion, you can give this guy's opponent minus 2,000 BP, which is the number that you fight with. So, he's cute. I would like to try to figure out something with all the funny, shiny Hazard and Invasion kaiju. I need to get 3 of the triple rare alien Mephiles, and then I can really start brewing some kaiju nonsense. We're watching cute boys topping tonight on the Vangelist stream. True. Oh, right, Sinanuva, I should mention. The art on this is by Tonji Matsuno. And yes, so set 5 introduced the level 4, the quad rare for 4 characters. Jeed, Zero, Omega, and Tiga. This introduces 4 more quad rares, level 4s, for Rube, Taiga Tristrium, Ginga Victory, and Arc from the final episode of Arc. I'm all set on Rube, and I have 2 Taiga Tristriums. In most cases with the quad rares, you're okay with 2. With Taiga Tristrium for the Tri-Squad deck, which this set also introduces, by the way, Titus and Fuma to finish the Tri-Squad. So far, it's looking like you want 3 or 4 copies of that one. The 2 boxes I opened gave me Rube and Taiga, and then Rube and Taiga. So, hopefully, this one gives me Taiga and Taiga, and then I'm good. But also, the Arc's final episode beam is a sick piece of art, so if we pull that, it's going to be fun to look at. Let's get going, though, with some first pack magic. Scorp building G Gundams. I want Shining Base. Yeah, I would like to make a G Gundam deck, and I mentioned that offhand to one of the hardcores today, at Banana, and they were like, oh, you want to build... So I was like, Master Asia looks fun, and they're like, Master Asia is one of the decks to build, and I'm like, oh no. When something's meta in Gundam, that means I can't build it because it's too expensive! Also, one thing I'll note, I'm not going to fully sort the chaff as I go. I'm going to still, like, flick through it. But according to my spreadsheet, I logged everything when I got home last night. I'm only missing 2 uncommons, 1 copy of each, from the commons and uncommons. Number 35 and number 40, which is a blue and another guy. So I have playsets of all the scenes and a lot of everything else, so I don't need to sort it right now. If we end up chatting afterwards, I might do it idly for fun, because that's, who I am. But there is a whole, because Ginga Victory's in this, there's a whole bunch of Ginga and Victory new stuff. Got the Forgotten Past, wherein you bonk a Golza on the head. Got a new Victory, Rosso Arc. Absolute Tartarus is introduced in this set. My boy. I need 1 more of the level 5 rare, and that's it. And then I'll have playsetted all the shiny stuff for my guy, Absolute Tartarus. Swede is in this, just a 5 and then a rare number 6. Swede is kind of a sick card to play in Limited. I had a Swede in the release event, which was like 4-pack sealed. And in Limited, Swede kind of kicks ass. Alright, first shiny card is just a double rare. For those who don't know with Ultraman, usually it's a bunch of commons, then 2 shiny cards, which are rare or double rare, and then a bunch of uncommons. If you get anything fancier, those don't replace the 2 in the middle. They boot out commons and uncommons, depending on what they are, which is why this game is very fun to open, as far as, like, card packs. So I've got, hey, okay, I'm done. I'm done Tartarus. So this is Gingastrium. The level 3s in this are double rares. A lot of the level 2s are triple rares in this one. So this one is just when you have 2 or more double Ultra Heroes, give this character plus 2,000 battle points. I need to see the new Ginga Victory deck at work, because it, by all accounts, does not work like the old one, which was mostly Ginga, with a garnish of Victory, trying to make a bunch of doubles. Now the Ginga Victory deck apparently is very 50-50, and I need to see someone, like, build it and work the thing. And this was the last Tartarus card I needed to have playsets of all of his rare and ups. So this is the Absolute Tartarus basic draw card. This is one where you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck to put 1 Kaiju card from among them in your hand, discard the rest. Absolute Tartarus is a Kaiju. Absolute Tartarus's card art makes me so happy. Sina Nuva. Number 1, Diana PM, hello. How accessible is this game? Highly. This is one of my favorite games on the market because it plays super fast. And has a lot of, like, bite, but also, you can't lose till turn 3, but most games of this, even on the highest levels, are done within 10 to 15 minutes. It's super straightforward, in my opinion, very fun and unique game on the market right now. Fits in really well in between other crunchier games, too. So if you're in a position to be able to try it out, especially with the upcoming stuff in October, with Brother Man, Mansan, and Cosmos, like, that is a great time to jump in. And Sina Nuva, if there's any Teo. No, not yet. Teo is too new, is what I was told. We are the one. Anders, hello. Thanks again for the Stormtrooper. Oh, yeah. I hope your son keeps talking about peeing Transformers. Oh, that's, hey, listen. That's Chris Muse's fault. I'm passing the blame because he's not here. Look, it's Rosso. It's Titus! The finest ass in the game now. And Tregear is another one of the new Kaiju types that are in set number 8. Tregear has some very interesting effects, and Tregear's scene is, I'll say it's suitably toxic, tragic yaoi, as is, what I generally think of when I see Ultraman Tregear. Teo definitely has the look of someone who could use a color system. I'm pushing harder for Big Red to be in the game. That's the Red Ultra in Teo Episode 1, who gets wrecked with, like, 50 meteorites. I'm trying to make a push for that to be the first character from that show to come in the game. We're in a heat wave in my state, and I pulled the 1 trillion degrees of despair card the other. I love the name of that card, but also that's incredible timing. Bonk. There is, of course, because there always is some new Tiga, there is some new Tiga in this set. Rosso. Ark's new playstyle cares a lot about the two different armors, and there's a bunch of new Gillark cards that work like the new Trigger Dark cards from Set 7, where Gillark is also an Ultra Hero. This is a very funny pose. Tregear is doing a very, very high kick, but also he's got his hands behind his back in the pensive scientific magician pose. And I really like that this is a card that you can have in this game. It's just a photograph, but what a photograph, right? Oh, it's one line off the bottom. That's the sizing. I can't easily fix that right now, but we're only missing the bottom line. So chat faster. Nice shirt, thank you. This is a local to the West Coast made tie-dye shirt from a maker that I really like over there. Tiga, I'm made aware, is the load bearer for the entirety of Tokusatsu in China, so yeah, that super tracks. Yeah, it turns out. So I figured when like Ultraman players or people were becoming players of this game and they were asking questions, I was like, okay, I bet we can. And they're like, oh, Tiga! And I'm like, oh, okay, so Tiga, that's just Tiga. All right. Hey, look, it's Guile Baku. There's two of these, actually, in the set. This is the level 6, the Dream Beast. The true threat of this kaiju is the dreams it can trap its victims within. Here's another new Ginga, the new Ginga level 1 with the Spark Lance. This is when you have 2 or more double Ultra Heroes. This guy just has a BP grade up, so he becomes a 1-card 9,000, which is probably, like, some usable glue in a prolonged game. Here's the new Ultraman Arc Rare, which is a level 3. Throw in a bunch of them circles. While the character adjacent to both the left and right of this character each have both Arc and Armor and have different card names, then this guy has a permanent upgrade as well. So this wants to be surrounded by armored Arcs. Gil Arc included. And my first triple rare is Ultraman Blue, which I actually have a playset of. So this is my first tradable triple rare. But this is from the new Rosso Blue playstyle. So this one, when you play this as a double or triple, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to discard, and if you do, you give this character and one of your Rossos plus 2,000 battle points for the turn. The Rosso Blue playstyle, I was goldfishing it a bit last night, and it seems very interesting. A little bit complex, which is something I've been wanting in an Ultraman deck. Gaia Agul is another very complex deck, but it's a ridiculously hard deck to assemble in Canada because you need access to singles from set 2. And if you want to get singles in Canada, you have to order them from the United States or from Singapore, and the shipping is not cheap either way. In the uncommons, we've got Blue, we've got Fuma, and we've got Gillark. Tiga is the Ultra US representative. Oh, that's the camera. Where are you? Here you are. I've revealed you. All right. Oh, wait, it's still... You don't need to see the scroll wheel. There we go. There we go. We fixed it. We're so good at this. Who's we? It's me. Be perceived! I won the little tournament yesterday, so I got a winner card for Ultraman Orb, so I've tried putting together my first Orb deck, because I'm only missing, like, 2 copies of the Orb Muscle Draw, and 1 copy of the whatever Orb's Rare was from, I think, the level 2 Orb from Set 6. And apparently Orb is just a very weird deck, and so I want to have it around to give it a try. And so I'm rocking... I have 9 assembled Ultraman decks right now. Because Ultraman doesn't really use a lot of shared cards between decks, other than if you're splashing in, like, tech kaiju, and I'm not really. So also, if you're a Toronto area player, and you're interested in this game, I was just telling someone at Gundam this today, just come to one of the Ultraman locals, because it's not just me. Generally, local area Ultraman players have, if not 1 deck with them, somewhere between 3 to 7 decks with them, and we're happy to lend you a deck to try out the game. Here's Melba, by the way. Toast not included. I'm the only person Whoever thought of that line? Here is Gael Baku level 5, and we've got Titus double rare. I think I needed a fourth one of this to not rely on the AP. So the way the Tri-Squad work is they all have this glob of text at the top of every single one of their cards, which is that usually in Ultraman, to level up in constructed play, it has to be on top of characters with the same name here. This little tag here. The Tri-Squad can level up on top of each other, and there are great benefits to having all 3 Tri-Squad members as triple stacks, especially if you start getting the quad rare out. So I've witnessed this deck being run by the head of the game in Canada, and it is horrific when the engine is running in the hands of a competent TCG player. Because when the quad rare comes down, you draw one for with no drawbacks. You draw one for every different name in the stack. So if you stacked all 3 of them, you play the quad rare and then draw 3 cards. And this is like usually 3 or 4 turns into the game when you don't usually have a lot of cards left. Very rough. And then here's the new Rosso level 1, which this and the blue are both, whenever the other one enters play, this can get a 1-turn grade up to be like a 1-card 10k, which is okay, but it doesn't really fit the deck right now. Diane PM, bit of a weird question. Are any of the card waves obsolete or not legal? You found a place selling booster packs for 20 bucks each. Okay, so that site, I know why they're selling them for that cheap. So they are selling real cards. No cards have rotated. And every wave has cards that are usable in the upper, at least in the upper rarity slots, if not from rare and up. Like a lot of the basic rare level 1 ultras are your basic card draw for those specific ultras different card pools. That place is selling them for 20 bucks because of not theft, but because distributors can be real goons. Especially when the word Pokemon comes into play. So those are real boxes. If you have a local gaming store that does sell the game and you are able to, it is implored by many to support those stores first and foremost. Because that stuff is not illegal. It's just not supporting the health of a living game. But, you know, I'm also not your mom. So, whatever. But I can say, like, as far as I know, those cards are real. But those are only for the first 4 sets, and set 8 just launched. And at this point, if you want to buy fresh stuff, I would say try to buy some of the newer stuff because the pull rates are juicier. But then also, if you're in the United States specifically, you do have access to a lot of decent card singles markets, especially on eBay with Wind Cyclone something, that store. They have a lot of card singles, and so if you oh, by the way, here's our Yowie card. I can't hear your voice, as he just gently touches Taro's face. So if you open up some of the new stuff and you see cards you really like and you do need to back collect, in the United States, it's not as hard to start tracking down singles to fill out those play sets and etc. Clearing room for new stuff? No, it is unlikely, I think, that store is going to ever have anything but the $20 set 1 through 4s of Ultraman specifically. Hey, look, it's a double rare Taiga. This is the new shiny Taiga from the Tri-Squad. And here is a Tregear level 5. By the way, this Taiga art I do think is kind of sick. I should go back and do some art credits. Let's just say this was by Sensu. This is by Koki Tajima. This is by Masked. And this is by S. Kinoko. And this is by Ikuyoan. And this was Kazuki Minami. And then this Taiga is by Studio Vigor Co. Limited. Some Studio Volta stuff going on. And this is another one by Ikuyoan, whose art I do really like in this game. Very painterly. Enshrined by Kiwami. We got Rosso Ground. We got another Titus. The Titus photo grab cards also, they just keep like, look at that. Look at that right there. Grippable. and another Tartarus, he's just got the look. I do have a parable, unrelated to anything I've been talking about, but there was a store in Toronto once that got a Flesh and Blood new product. It was a super armory deck that was basically a new character's entire card pool, so slightly more expensive. And they put it up on their website accidentally for below wholesale, and no one really knows why. And the company that makes Flesh and Blood blacklisted that store. And that store will never carry Flesh and Blood again, as far as I know. That kind of thing can happen sometimes if you mess around. Even if, and hey, you know what? If messing around means you have more Pokemon money to sell, then I guess it was worth it. But that's a little parable that I like to think about. Here's another Gil Arc. So Gil Arc is getting the 2 different armors in this set, and also has this card also has Ultra Hero card type that was seen on the Trigger Dark stuff. So Gil Arc also has piles of text constantly. And then we've got another Tregear Rare. This, by the way, is the card that has an EXP version, which is a sort of hand-drawn anime style alt art that was art directed by the actor who appears in the card. That's a whole thing that I think is kind of neat for an alt art style. He can't hear his voice anymore. Bowl cut. Very true. Whoa. We got it. At least the piles of text aren't Yu-Gi-Oh level. Yeah, well, Yu-Gi-Oh is trying to, like, write an entire mechanics explanation. I'm being mean. By the way, for those who haven't seen, Ultraman card game has a very sick card back with an embossed texture, and the card stock. Let's pull it up here for a second. Super intense. It is a very nice card game. It's part of the reason why I really like opening it. Look at them. They're having a conference. All right, we got Ginga, Rosso Ground, Arc Galaxy Armor. We got the good Tregear card. Can you do this? Leave a comment if Tartarus sweeping his entire arm just to make his little side skirt swoosh, because that's the kind of magnificent character Absolute Tartarus is. We got a rare Victory doing the Victorium Slash. There's a bunch of new Victory tech in this. But it is also another, while you have 2 or more double ultras, this thing is auto-graded up to a 9 when single. And Victolugiel from the Dark Lugiel card pool that is oddly medium size now. This is absolute ball-busting kick-ass in Limited. Because when you play this as a single or double, when an opponent has 2 or more double Ultra Heroes, this thing has plus 2,000 BP. If they have 4 or more double Ultra Heroes, this thing has another plus 2,000 BP. And in Limited, you can level up anything on anything, but if the names don't match, you flip the bottom one over, and it gets minus 1,000 for every flipped over card under it. But when this guy is self-generating plus 2,000 buffs twice in the game, it kind of kicks ass. Ball busting, you say? Very true. Just today saw a whole 30-foot long wall of Lorcana, and all of it was 30% off. I haven't been so tempted to buy cardboard in a long time. Bought Jada Sagat instant. 30% off Jada Sagat is old 2010 style bang for your buck. That was still a good choice. Probably a better choice. Nothing against Lorcana, just like Jada Sagat is an experience. Never has a guy just wearing a pair of shorts been such a good action figure. We got another triple rare. This is the Victory triple rare. When this enters play as a single, double, or triple, you can choose one level 2 Victory or Ginga in your discard area, and you can put that card into play on the bottom of a single level 3 character with the same character name. So basically, you can play this guy on his own, and then if you have a level 2 Victory in discard, you pull it right under him, and now he's a double. So you play him as a 1-card 12, and then if you have another Great Up effect, he's like a 1-card 17, which is kind of cool. Also, the triple rares, for reference, have got, like, texture-y whatnot. The art on these, by the way, this was Toriyufu and Tonji Matsuno for Ultraman Victory. Victory also just kicking this poor guy right in the chest, right in the subclavicle. One of the best articulated toys I've ever messed with. Okay, yeah. So you get it, right? Like, there's a lot about Sagat, which is like tall, bald eye patch man in shorts. Jada delivered like an unbelievably good action figure rendition of that. Put Kick Victory next to Kick Tregear. I can do this. We just had a Kick Tregear. Which way? Are we saying like this? Make them touch. I'm gonna... So he can't kick Tregear in the taint, but he can kick this creature itself into Tregear's taint, like this. And it's happening. Other victory. Who's the other victory? You don't mean the bonk victory scene, right? The other victory. Or do you mean the shiny victory? Like, I can put them all with Kick Guy. That's the closest I can get to Impact. Common victory. Right in the Kajusi, we're saying. Where was common Kick victory? Kicktory. I can't. Victorum. Oh, this Kick victory. This is a rare victory. Oh! Look at that. They know each other. Call me. Tandem yoga. Better than a bicycle. Bonk. There is a Tiga triple rare, or rare, I forgot which one it was. I know it's the rare, who cares about having all the different Tiga types out, and I'm struggling to see how that naturally can occur in a game state. There's a sweet alt art, by the way, which kicks ass, and someone else pulled it, and it wasn't me, and I was like, not salty, I was just like, I deserve that, though. Here's the first of the rare Fumas. This is the, while you have both Taiga and Titus, this thing has an auto grade up, so it's a 1-card 9,000. I'm followed around by level 5 rare Tregear, because I already have, like, 9 copies of this. This is the one rare that I keep. Oh, here we go, the triple rare. I only have 2 of this, so I'm one closer to a playset. Here is triple rare Tregear, who's rocking the same kind of, like, majestic spot glossing as triple rare Carmira did in the previous set. It doesn't help that my I and K keys don't... We're making do, though. We're making do. I really like how the foil eye keeps catching the light specifically. But this guy's effect, really interesting. When this is a triple, you can activate once per turn. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the discard area. If the sent character cards have a total level of 10 or higher, give one opponent's character minus 2,000 BP. The other Tregear cards specifically have reactions to being discarded by a level 7 Tregear, which is a fascinating mechanical loop to weave into this game. It's one of the reasons I like Ultraman card game a lot, is that it is a somewhat simple mechanical game that figures out fascinating ways to weave in new mechanics within the tactile experience of the given game state. He's on the Seto Kaiba Dio pose. It's like multi-type. There's a card that's like have a multi-type out, and I'm like, well, this one? Why would I have this one? Anyway, this one, I guess. Why would I have this one? It's a Titus. I thought this was the rare Tregear again, and I was gonna be like, you can't keep following me around like this. We got Swede. We got another Taiga double rare. And the Omega card. This is something else this set does I think is kind of neat. Is there are a bunch of rares that are Ultra Heroes or existing Ultra Heroes in Kaiju, where it's just one card that is a rare or double rare that just adds to their card pool. This Omega card is pretty neat. I don't know if you need more than like 2 of it, but this adds the Gamma Dawn armor from the recap web series. Specifically, when you play this as a double or triple, you may choose one of your type Meteo Kaiju, which is the Omega Kaiju. If you do, have the chosen character's battle be a tie for this turn. That specifically is very interesting because a lot of the times you might be playing like a Trigaron level 6 on its own, and usually it loses fights. This way you can tie up that lane to buy yourself time to, finish off the other ones. How is Swede spelled? It's spelled like a child would spell it, but in a cute way. I was told, by the way, and this is a bummer, Alien Guts wants to reference kaiju cards that have alien in their name, but apparently this does not count, because this is within the parentheses. Anyway, sadness. The recap media has... so that recap series opens with Zet getting his new his new blue Ultraman mantle, his new cape, and then he meets Jeed, and Jeed's like, oh, I got one of these too. And then they start learning about Ultras because they find Gamadon, which is a new media kaiju that wasn't in Omega. It's a little turtle. And that turtle seems to have, been monitoring and recording other interdimensional Ultramen. And then at some point, I haven't got there yet, but at some point, they then meet Omega. This enraged the Japanese fan base, actually, because they have a lot of trouble watching the recap stuff in perpetuity, for various rights reasons, I believe. But in the recap series, they proceed to move on from the ending of Omega, with original material. And it also previews the mascot alien from Teo. So yeah, they put a bunch of exclusive stuff in the recap shows, for better and or for worse. In North America, we're laughing because we can just watch it at our leisure, but apparently in Japan, this is a little bit frustrating because that stuff is apparently kind of up for limited viewing, and then when it's not there, they can no longer review it. Bonk. Oh, yeah, Ultraman's super wild. The nice thing about Ultraman is I think for the most part, you don't have to see all of it to get a given show. Like usually, like, the way that I watch Zet, for instance, I haven't seen all of Orb. Zet references Orb, among other things. I still like Zet a lot, and I did not have any trouble watching it. But it is a fun thing about Ultraman that, there's a lot of funny little footnotes scattered all over the place. We got the Ginga Sparklance again. Here we go. Here's the cool rare Swede. I needed one of these to finish the playset. So this thing is a 1-card 11,000. If one of your characters has their BP grade decreased, then this thing for that turn becomes a 7,000. However, it's really unlikely someone can do that to you in a limited format with BP08, in my experience. So this is just a 1-card 11. Sometimes a 2-card 17. And that kind of kicks ass. Imagine easy and accessible Toku show in the West. Who does? Hey, it's time to run, Yuma. Yeah, there's obviously an easy proclivity to feel like I gotta watch the homework shows to watch the, show X, Y, or Z. And with Ultraman, I highly believe and maintain the belief that, like, you don't really have to watch the homework shows, because most of the time in Ultraman, they'll just say a bunch of the stuff you need to know if you don't know it. And more often I come away from Ultraman interweave narratives excited to go back and look at the things that I just was exposed to, as opposed to feeling like, oh no, if only I'd known. Then I would have understood the inheritance of light. Look at this clown. It's Golza. Here he comes again. When is Ultraman Y coming out? I'm proud to announce. Adam Rockmore, low-key, at some point, I'm just gonna watch G-Quacks without doing the homework and just see how I feel. Because I am aware of what the homework is, and I'm aware of some of the bullet points built off the homework, but I want to see, like, hey, what if I just don't do the homework and watch this show anyway? Here's Gillark. I didn't know Gillark got one of these arts. This is by Koki Tajima. This is a common, like, level 2, or in the case of Kaiju, level 6 art, where they're, shooting a beam at you. So Gillark's version is the Muscle Draw. That rules. Usually this is a Scene Searcher, which I'm less excited to play than Muscle Draws. Muscle Draw being where you return up to 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck, then however many you returned, you draw that many. And another Gillark, this is the Luna Armor, level 7. You have a total of 3 or more cards in your discard area that are Gillark with type speed or arc with type speed. Then you can give this thing's opponent a BP grade decrease. So this is the kind of thing where I'm like, I want to try this deck because that reads complex. It's not terribly complex, but it's just brain fiddly enough. I want the experience of piloting that. As long as you know the bullet points, you'll be fine. Yeah, like I was on, socials. I saw the side-by-side clips of, like, yo, here's the 70s episode. Here's what they did in this thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's neat. I got my girlfriend into Jeed purely because I thought she'd like Belial. Hey, if you do like Belial, you should check out Belial's debut, the movie that got me into Ultraman back in 2010. Let me get the words all in the right order. Mega Monster Battle, Ultra Galaxy Legend, the movie. It's a pretty cool movie. Koichi Sakamoto's directorial debut, cinematically speaking. Bonk. Bullet points. Kaiju bad. Ultraman good. Well, here's the thing, though. In some Ultraman shows, eventually, they put a question mark on one of those, and they say, Kaiju, bad? Ultraman, kill Kaiju, bad? That's one of my favorite Ultraman tropes, is when an Ultra is exposed to the idea of sapient empathy. It goes like, wait a second. Oh, here's the Fuma level 3. This is Riki Yagawa art, which I think is very striking. This one is, when this enters play as a double or triple, you may give a character with Tri-Squad that is adjacent to the left or right of this character a BP grade up for the turn. This thing is brutality every time I see it. And then the Rosso one who grades up when a blue enters play. It's time to run, Yuma. We are kicking the monster in the chest. Titus is punching a fool, and Tartarus is aura farming. Is Jeed available for streaming? So Jeed and Orb and Trigger were all on Crunchyroll, but I believe Trigger is on YouTube now? So is Jeed on YouTube now? I actually never checked. Because this was way back when Ultraman was streaming domestically through Crunchyrolls when I saw Jeed. It's all on YouTube now. Okay, thank you, Tombot. That's for the better. Because sometimes Crunchyroll streaming, low-key, kind of sucks. On YouTube may or may not be official. I know that I think the Trigger on YouTube is official. If it's a full series, it's probably official. Supro has been, like, I guess they just aren't bound by the wrists like Toei is apparently by Abema and the other Japanese streaming companies. I'm not really sure about all the stuff at work there. But yeah, the Tsuburaya has been like they've got a new English dub of original Ultraman coming out now, and it's good. And like my mind is a little blown. Like the only critique I have of the new English dub, I only watched episode 1 so far. I wish they had run the audio through some kind of juicer to like take a little bit of the modern crispness off it to match the footage. But like that's about it. Otherwise, that dub I thought was fantastic for a dub. Test number 3. Cannot find official G'd. Dang. Speaking of empathy, when I drove to that store that had 30% sales, small yellow bird hit my windshield hard with... Oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I see a flat pigeon downtown and I'm like, man... I'd feel really embarrassed if I were not flat as well. G'd might still be on Crunchyroll then. Maybe. That's the next place I'd check. As far as like the way I check stuff, like I don't really like look at the whatever the people use instead of BitTorrent now, the streaming sites. Here's the Tray Gear level 6, which I did need another one of 2. This is the Muscle Draw Tray Gear. Here's one of the 2 shiny Tigas. This is the rare. This is the one who cares. Yeah, power type. As a single or double, if you have both multi-type and sky-type, this gets plus 2,000 BP. That juice doesn't feel worth the squeeze to me at first glance, but I don't know the Tiga pool very well. G'd is no longer available on Crunchy. What the... Well, that's frustrating. It's time to run, Yuma. Melba level 6! Is the Netflix animated movie Ultraman Rising a good way to start? I mean, it's not the... I wouldn't say it's like a bad way to start. I haven't seen it yet because I keep putting it off. And not out of any reason that's like nefarious. It's just like I just haven't made the time to sit down and watch it when I have time for a movie. But as far as I know, it's pretty solid. Like, obviously, it's animated. And it's its own little contained universe. So, like... if it matters to you, it's not gonna, like, convey... stuff being in live action, but like, is that even a critique? I don't really know. They also have a deck for it in this game. It's a very contained, early in development, like card pool, pretty much exclusively contained to a pre-con deck and the set 2 box topper. It's not very good, but it exists. Oh, Long was here. It's a great way to get into Ultraman. I got my friends in Ultraman that way. Yeah, I mean, if as far as I've heard, it's a solid entry. I believe it's also in the monster fighting game that keeps getting inexplicable DLC that I need to catch up on, Giga Bash. So I saw all the new Ultraman announcements for it, and I looked at how I don't have any of its DLC. And if I bought all the DLC for Giga Bash, that is 72 Canadian dollars of DLC. Which I'm not prepared for yet. Yeah, Zero and Belial just got added, but like they have a bunch of... They got Rising on there. They got like there's a there's a DLC with Baltan and Original Ultraman. It's him. Ooh, I got a Tartarus AP. I'm happy. So this is the middle level Tartarus, but this is the Altard, and you liars. Great art by Kazumasa Yasukuni, but they're lying to me. So they have the other 2 Absolutians in silhouette, right? But real fans know there's a 4th Absolutian silhouette who's a woman, and she's never been revealed because seemingly all the Chinese studio nonsense that locked off the old Ultras for some amount of time killed Ultra Galaxy Fight and has stopped the Absolutian story dead in its tracks, and they still had to show us who the lady was! And now they're just like, look, it's the other 2 Absolutians. You liars. I bet she's right over here. Just chilling out right off screen. Anyway, this is the one where you can reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, put one character card with absolute in its name into your hand, and then discard the rest. And if you do that, you then discard a card from your hand. It's a replacement effect. I like that they, however, preloaded with the word absolute in its name. So right now, Tartarus just references himself, but he's set up to become the centerpiece of an Absolutian hypothetical deck that I will be running if it fully comes out, because I love me some Absolutians. Absolutian Boobe. And that replaced one of the commons, so we also have a double rare victory. This is a really cool art by Ryuda. And then we've got Titus in his I'm getting big pose with a fantastic color palette around. I love this. This is by Nakanorio. And then also a triple rare. That was a loaded, juicy pack. I've play-setted my Tregears, thank goodness. That was one of the triple rare playsets I hadn't completed that I very specifically wanted to. We've got Arc, we've got Tartarus. This box has been kind to me so far. Did they show the Absolutians in the recap series? I didn't watch it, but yes, there was an episode post-Gamedon Armor debut, I think. But it was like called the Absolutians, and I was like, they remember. I love the kingdom. It's such like good pulpy nonsense. What if there was an Ultraman planet? It's just like Nebula M78, except that they're all assholes. And so instead of the Ultras, they're the Absolutians. Beautiful concept. I love it. Like, what is an anti-Ultra? It's some dick who dresses in gold. We got the Titus double rare again, and the Tiga rare again. And Koichi Sakamoto directed all the specials for the Absolutians, so good. Yeah, the Absolutians always end up looking great. And like, one of the best parts about the Absolutians is like, how do I put this best? They don't suck, right? But the Absolutians primarily are assholes. And so they, at least in the context of Ultra Galaxy Fight, they get their asses kicked a fair amount in a fun way that doesn't, like, diminish them, in my opinion. But it's like, absolute Tartarus, right? This friggin' guy rolls up on planet U40 going like, this looks like a nice place to kick it. And then friggin' Jonius, the finest ass in all of the Ultra multiverse, walks in going like, excuse me, sir. Can't help but notice you're making unkind towards remarks and motions towards my home planet. And then he fights Tartarus to enough of a standstill that Tartarus just like, I'm too good for this, and just leaves in a portal, and it's beautiful. U40 is basically the Greek Ultra planet, so they're all very, very muscular. They all have fine asses, and they probably recreationally for fun. We got Gilark here. The cartoon planet, yeah. But if the question was ever raised, like, number one, and this is a question not raised by me, but if the question was raised, bouncing off an initial question of, do ultras physically copulate? I think the ones who do it for fun would be the denizens of planet U40. No judgment to them, it's just that, like, if someone's going to say, well, which ones do you think do it for the pleasure? I'd say Jonius, frequently, and proudly, and with full consent, and safely. Yo, first quad rare, and it's Rube. That's a tradable quad rare for me. Because I have 2 of these already, and I don't need a third one. So this is what the quad rares look like. They always have this treatment up here. They always have you cannot play it as a single. Rube is treated as being Rube or Rosso or Blue, as far as the character title. For every 2, when you play this as a quad rare only, so on top of an existing tripled, as a 4-level character, When this enters play, for every 2 scenes in your discard pile, you may give one of your Rosso or Blue a BP grade increase by 1. This is the end game plan, which is a whole lot of setup, but boy howdy, it feels explosive when it goes off, and that's just me goldfishing it. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, but I'm going to take this straight to the big monthly tournament tomorrow and just give it a try, because, like, this seems so fun. Because Rosso and Blue already, from set, they were almost exclusively set 2, with a little sort of, like, now forgettable update in set 4, where their main thing on their level 3s was that Rosso could play a scene card out of your hand if it has an enters play effect, basically as a sorcery spell, and then Blue could exile up to 2 scene cards per turn from your discard, where that one you played would immediately end up, as like plus 1000 BP bullets. And so now you have that playstyle interwoven with the existence of Rube, and it's very cool. I'm gonna put you here. Up the screen, the text on my screen, the text size on my screen. This game. Oh, geez, I've been there. Also, yeah, for those who want to experience this a little bit longer, artwork, by the way, by Ikuyoan. That's the one who keeps doing the ones that I find to be the most banger art. Hope Groob and Ultra Woman Grigio happen in the future. I mean, they have done so much for Rosso Blue. I'd be shocked if they didn't. The chat keeps eating my posts, making fun of Rube's face. That's the power of Ultra, you know. Shane DePayne, what's up? This is the Ultra TCG. Yes, this is the game you play at the same spot as Pissing Megatron. Correct. Oh, I got an AP as well. Holy moly. Ultraman Tiga, power type. He is suplexing that monster. To grab hold of the ruler of the Rainbow Monsterland required more than mere power. It required the conviction to protect. So there's our second AP for the box as well. As far as big hits remaining, probably, let's count, 2 more triple rares, 1 more quad rare, as far as the guaranteed quote-unquote stuff. And also a rare Ultraman Blue, and a rare Gillark, and a double. This was loaded. Holy moly. Hang on a second. There's the rest of them. So this one we got. Was it all this? No, it was this and this, right? I already forgot what I pulled. I'm drowning in my riches. It was blue. That's right. Something like this. Something like this. Anyway, that's what a nice pack is like in this game, which is part of the reason why I like opening this game. The nice packs are so nice, I already forgot all the stuff that I don't even remember. Have fun at the big hey, you know, it's just the Galaxy Cup is the end of month local, so it's not huge, but it has a winter card. Tomorrow's winter card is Carmera, which, boy howdy, I would like to have a nice shiny Carmera card. I can't hear your voice. Touch your face. Ultra Steak too juicy. So true. Kick. Another quad rare coming up. Oh, okay, here's the Arc. So now I have at least one of each of the quad rares, which is not a bad problem to have. So this is the quad rare Arc. Arc Finalize Overload Sensation. This is based on the final episode of Arc, where if you've seen it, you know what he's doing. And you can see the beam is coming out here, and it's going on a little trip, and then it's coming back over here, and going right into that thing's head. And the textures are wild. Look at that spot gloss. I love that. I love the spot gloss treatments that these things get going on. So if this is played as a quad rare, then you can activate once per turn, exile 4 character cards with both Arc and Armor, each with a different card name, in your discard area from the game. If you do that, give one opponent's character a BP grade decrease by 1 for this turn. So you kind of play this out as a finisher to, like, yank the power level down on an opponent and super duper make them lose that lane that turn. But this is an activate, so you can also hypothetically do this every turn if you keep having 4 different armored arcs in your discard pile to exile each time you try to do it. But also the art on this is just kind of gorge. We also got a Victory Victorum Slash. That Tregear that keeps following me around, and it's time to run, Yuma. Just want to say the main guy behind this game is a great dude. Yeah, over here in Canada, that's good old EJ. He is a nice dude. EJ currently not in town. EJ is on assignment, doing something, whatever you do on assignment. Robon Hood, yeah, they are. I think they're very pretty, at least. Mischievous Turtle, I have a bagel upstairs. What's it doing up there? Is that legal? But yeah, when we did the release event and someone pulled that arc, EJ, like, pulled up the scene and was like, y'all have to watch this. Y'all have to watch this now. And we're like, all right. Robert met him at Toronto Retro Game Con. Nice guy. Yeah, EJ puts in hell of a lot of work for the projects he's on, and it's a good part of the reason why I'm so deep in on this game, because I found out about this game starting to appear in Canada via EJ. Right about the time that on the game's first anniversary, I was harassing them on Instagram, going like, "Are you ever releasing this in my country, please?" We got a rare Giga Spark Lance and the rare Ultraman Arc. Ooh, and I think our last triple rare, or no, second to last triple rare. It's the Arc Galaxer Over the Top. This is wild. Like this card in person is wild to look at, and this is also my third one, so I only need one more for the playset. There was some kind of errata for this card that had nothing to do with the game text that I saw on the Ultraman website, the card game website, where it was like, the art doesn't properly match the canonical appearance of Arc. And they were like offering, there's something where they were like, we're going to eventually figure out like a replacement for those for whom this bothers your game experience. And I was like, maybe I'm just not into Arc enough. Like, I can't tell what on earth the visual problem is other than like overstimulation, which I'm fine with in this case. Oh yeah, hey. Art by Yamaguchi Biru. What this card does, when you play this as a level 2, when you play this as a double, when it enters play, you can discard a character card from your hand that has both Arc and Armor in it, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. What is the error? I don't know! Because they didn't show anything pointing at it. They were just like, we're aware that this is a canonically inaccurate depiction. And I'm like, damn! Sorry that happened to you. Arc is supposed to be green. It's supposed to be green. Also, there's supposed to just be, like, visible, abs. And anyway, there should still be one more triple rare in here. Yeah, probably something about the pose or the attack, or they put the... Because I know that the, Absolute Tartarus triple rare, they got the names mixed around in a specific way with the subtitle, and they were like, it's supposed to be over here. Quote, its printed illustration and design differ from the official depiction and settings established in the original television series is the only thing I could find. Yeah, that's... The wording of that was so strange to me. And I didn't really look into it much, but, like... It was worded in a way where it sounded like someone had raised the complaint already, and I didn't get it. I do get that this moment is our bond. That Golza, just so punchable. Guile Baku, so puntable. Ultraman Blue doing the punting. Ultraman Tiga doing the M. Bison stomping. And then we got Gingastrium also doing a drop kick. Blue and Malba and Gil Arc. We got 5 packs left. No, there's at least one super shiny thing in here. There's also always the chance of a signature parallel, a super special signature parallel, an EXP scene, or even the ultra rare. I've never pulled one of those. Those things look neat. There's 2 ultra rares in this set, and it's Rosso and Blue, which, in general, Rosso and Blue alt arts mess with my head and my collector sensitivities, because a lot of them are paired, where it's like, oh, you pulled one, better get the other, and I'm like, I don't want to chase it, though. The curves of his eyes are 5 degrees, clearly. By the way, this is the famous Gil Arc Exa Slash. We got a Victory double rare. We got the Tartarus level 5 rare. And that's all. But at the end of the day, we are 1. My bet is a lack of bulge. True. They should make an Ultra Q set with Dimension, Walrus, the Train, and the Spider. Low-key, because the mechanics are already in place to just have Kaiju cards, and they're about to add boost cards in set 9, which are like items and helpers and concepts and whatnot. Never a better time to start just adding Ultra Q stuff to this game. I'm curious if they're able to. I mean, obviously, it's, you know, owned by the same folks. I'm wondering if Ultra Q would involve having to, like, do another paperwork. I actually don't know. But that would be very cool. Look at this. Tartarus is trying to do a pose. I love it when he does that. That Victory double rare again. The Ryuda art's so friggin' dynamic. Did you see any of the new Nacelle Star Trek stuff from SDCC? I did not yet. I haven't really kept up with the San Diego coverage. I'm kind of waiting till the weekend's over, unless it shows up like right on my my feed. But if Nacelle showed new Star Trek stuff, I would like to take a look at that. Ultra Q set with the totem that makes you president and destroy the world. By the way, I love that this is a scene card. The Absolute Conspiracy was like one of my, that's early 2020s, mid-COVID era coping mechanisms, was watching The Absolute Conspiracy. I have a great love for that miniseries, and there's a friggin' scene for it, and it makes me so happy. It's a Tartarus scene, obviously. When this enters play, if you have Tartarus, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You can put an Absolute card from them in your hand, and if you do, you discard a card afterwards. So it's just replicating one of the character effects, but it's more Absolutian character search. Is that the scene where the American Ultramen appear? No, they aren't in yet either. Trust me, the one thing EJ does have to put up with when EJ is at the locals and talking to me about anything is me bringing up Ultra Galaxy Fight constantly and going like, you need to... Who the hell is Ultra 7 anyway? Who is Man-san, right? Like, these are old Ultras nobody remembers. Where's Ultraman's Ultra 721? Where's Ultraman Chuck? Where's Ultraman Nice? And where's Ultraman Zaerth? You know, all the ones that people remember. Tartarus is not. Tartarus has its fans, but Tartarus's strongest warrior is actually not me. It's one of the Klenda V, who did some artwork for this game, is Tartarus's strongest warrior. But I'm right there behind her as Tartarus's second strongest warrior. Not Man's, it's Man-san. Ultraman, he's Man-san. He's Brother Man. He's the Ultraman whose name is Man. Where is Ultraman Xenon? Right next to Ultra 721 is where he... where's Ultraman the Well, Nexus is in the game, but they've kept it... They very slowly built up to Junus Blue. They started with Nexus Anfons. They've built up to Junus Blue. They've built a small card pool for Dark Mephisto. They are not touching anything else so far. It's Gilarc Solus Armor. Oh, we got another Swede. And our final triple rare is another Ultraman Victory. I love this photograph of Titus. This is so good. And where's the Holy One, Noah? Yeah, that has come up. Noah and Saga have come up in conversations at locals. And, like, you know, the general knowledge that is shared so far is kind of like, well, how do you propose a balanced card for, like, friggin' literal God is made? And then I'm kind of like, hey, that's not my problem. I'm just an eager fan being an eager fan. Discover the place selling the $20 things does not ship to... Yeah, that is another thing also. They do not ship to Canada. They have a very messy website. If you're in the Toronto scene, number one, you should join the Toronto Discord. But number two, I can't hear your voice. Let me touch your face. Coordinate for what singles you do need, or what older cards you do need. Because as long as we keep the knowledge circling around, and as long as EJ keeps, like, taking trips to the States, we may be able to figure out, I don't know, how to bucket brigade some singles from the States. Robot Lorekeeper, what is up? Got another one of the Gillark 6 where Gillark is doing the Gillarkian beam, whatever Gillark's beam is called. Yeah, we friggin' play Noah. Play this card to win the game, exactly. The Absolute Conspiracy, Chapter 1. Don't balance him, it won't be lore accurate. Yeah. Good moment in Ultra Galaxy Fight, by the way, when the Nexus avatar starts glowing and then you see two shapes grow out of his shoulders and you're like, oh no! Alright, last pack magic. What's up? Is I may have convinced my best friend to start watching Kamen Rider. Yo! Getting people on good diets, having some good vegetables. Have some Melba. Have some Guile Baku. Hey, we're back to where we began. First shiny card that we opened this stream was Gingastrium. And, oh, it's the Trigger Dark card. I'm set... At the release event, because I am the local area Trigger Dark player, I got set up with a playset of these and also traded into the AP alternate art of this. This card kicks ass. It's a very simple card. It's a mid-level Trigger Dark. And when this is a single or a double, for every Trigger or Trigger Dark that is on the board, this gets plus 1,000 BP. In the middle of the game, if your opponent is not running super dang tight, efficient, perfect gameplay, this is glue that totally got me at least one win. And it was super good. I have a whole bunch of these now, so I keep saying, where's our other local Toronto area Trigger players? Because I can set you up with some basis to start from. No fancy shinies, unfortunately, in this box. Just the usual shinies. But we end on Absolute Tartarus, highest level, aura farming as he often does. Mistake Boy, what's up? These boots, they didn't stand a chance. Look at them. Look at them. Ripped up, skinned, and gutted. Laid in a box and forgotten. Who are they? I don't even remember who they are. Is Zetz still on? No, yeah, Zetz is still on. We got Zetz in what? Just under 2 hours? So to recap what this box was, let's go through the shiny stuff. So our two quadrares were Rube and Arc Finalize Overload Sensation. Yeah, 10:30, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm sitting pretty. The alt arts, the APs, art parallels I pulled. On rate, just got 2. We got Absolute Tartarus level 6, and we got Tiga level 3 doing a suplex. The triple rares, usually you would get 4 in a box, but in this set, they upped it to 6 in a box. Beautiful. Got a couple couplets in here. So we got 2 of the new Victory triple rare. 2 of Tregier's triple rare, which I really needed. Triple rare Ultraman Blue and triple rare Ultraman Arc in the Galaxer over the top. This is still, I think, one of the coolest triple rares in the whole set, just art design wise. I love what the spot gloss does. No promo packs this time. No, we're as far as the new cards, we're all done with the promo packs. But also, I have everything from the promo. I have opened too many promo packs. Let me move in and I'll be the other Trigger Dark player. Yeah. I'm taking on a Trigger Dark apprentice. And then I'll do a little bit of rares sorting. Since that's not too hard to do. So Trigger Dark, Ginga, and Victory. Gil Arc goes with Arc. Swede goes in the Kaijus section. Gil Arc 7. Rosso in blue. Victory level 2. I'm going to take a sip. Speaking of Ultra, sorry this has come up, but how are we feeling about the new dub of the original episode? I talked about it a bit earlier. It's a really good dub. My only critique is I kind of wish they had run it, the audio track, through a juicer to, like crunk it up a little bit and make it match the footage a bit better, but, like, that's it. It's a very solid dub. Hey, once again, right? Who has set the standards for episodic English dubs in the 2020s? Somehow Ultraman. When they put budget into a dub, it's a really good dub. Makes me really happy. Looks like the Zets cast received their flowers, so they've wrapped up filming the last episode. Hell yeah. All right. Sounds like everything went according to plan then. No last-minute adjustments or anything. Ultra Crunk. Gonna start the Tregear pile. But yeah, I saw episode 2 of Original Ultraman had its dub come out, so it seems like they're gonna do the whole series, which, like, is freaking okay. And yeah, not only are they doing a new dub, they're putting it out for free on YouTube. Yeah, like a Chad. There's like, yo, we bought a new dub here. Like, I am maybe naively assuming that industrious folks in the community are also ripping all those episodes to, you know, keep a record just in case the worst happens and everything gets torn down. But that aside, it's incredible for accessibility on I don't know how else to put it, like, you know, one of the original soils upon which the entire tokusatsu genre was built. Friggin' original Ultraman. Looks like you didn't get Carmera. I did not. I'm short one of the new double rare Carmera. This is how I get into Ultra. Yo, there's a lot of good Ultraman on YouTube, and a lot of it has really. Some of it has, like, you know, ungreat dubbing, but some of it has really good dubbing. Yeah, Super Riot is seemingly able to keep everything on YouTube freely. They sorted out, you know, whatever region locks they have to. It is my understanding that, like, one of the many things that makes, like, Toei's tokusatsu shows so complicated on YouTube is that they're having to deal with Japanese streaming services like Ameba, if I got that name right, who apparently have, like, just a draconian level of control over the doling out of tokusatsu and streaming that belongs to stuff that they own some part of. Every time I say Tregear, you're hearing Traeger like the tool brand. Well, let me tell you, nothing turns my screws like a yaoi tragedy wizard. I'm seeing some of the rares that I had like some collection gaps built around, and I'm pleased. Oh yeah, I got a Jam Omega in here. He goes in here? Yeah. I am also, I've talked about this before. As you can see, I'm a colossal pervert for sorting cards. I really enjoy doing it. I like inventing tactile finger systems through which to sort cards. To be a pedantic ass and call him a warlock, true. I would not disagree. Here to collect my Chimera cards. Orb, I did not open a single Chimera. I'm still missing one! I need one more of the new double rare to get my playset. Where is it? What did you do? You took it from me. Sorted cards are underrated. Yo, I sort all my cards. It brings me pleasure to do so, but then when people want to look at my cards, they don't always say it, but I can tell. People are like, damn, I'm glad these are sorted, so I don't have to just, you know, wing-ding my way through the realm of chaos. Got like 7 of those. It must be nice being rich. Oh, by the way, here's my orb. Here's my good stuff. Here's my APs. I got a Tartarus AP. I'm very happy. My quads were Rube and Arc, so Orb, between you and me, I think we have at least like 3 or 4 spare Rubes now. And I triple rared up. I got my playset of Tregear. I forgot if you... I think you got yours yesterday. And I got some of this, and I got 2 more of these. Then that friend shuffles it all into an unsorted... Well, that's when I'm like, hey, guess what? Those are your cards now. This is your problem now. It's just a nice little brick of gleaming shine. I love how Ultra Fandom calls most villains a kaiju, so the little ghost girl and the totem in the train are kaiju. Yeah, for the purposes of the card game especially. I mean, some of them might be boost cards now, but like, they'd be kaiju. You need one more Triple R trade gear! I won the race! This is so important to someone. Yeah, what, is that an antagonist? Kaiju. Does that stand in opposition to the protagonist of the show? Kaiju. Oh, let me check my chart. I gotta see what are the 2 uncommons I still needed. Okay, Blue 35 and Titus 40. Let's do this. Blue 35 and Titus 40. 33. Okay, so 35 must be the level 3 blue. This is Titus 40. Play set complete. All right. And then blue 35 would be the blue level 3 uncommon. All right. Rigged to get. Hey, listen. Where's my UR? Where's my SP? Y'all took them from me. Larry stole my SP from me. I don't know what to... Am I just yelling y'all's names on a public stream? Maybe. I am the danger. Where the hell's the blue 3s? Come on, where are you? Don't leave me hanging like this. Don't leave me with one uncommon playset not finished. Thank goodness. Playset complete. Now and forever, when I open any future packs of Ultraman BP08, I don't even have to look at the other cards that are not in the middle of the pack. I know I got play sets of them. I'm still probably going to sort them anyway because I'm a pervert like that. But regardless. Oh, that's the stuff right there. Neighborhood kid who keeps running on my lawn? Kaiju! I am going to start splitting the Kaiju cards, the Scene cards, and the Ultra cards so I can start sorting my bulk, because I still intend to carry out my plan of using all my bulk to make fun little decks to give to people so they can just play this game in some form. Because otherwise, what does bulk do? It sits around, it gets recycled, it gets landfilled, etc. I think that the landfill version especially is a bummer. I'd rather the bulk turn into something usable. Someone clip Vangelis saying I'm a pervert. There are too many versions of me saying that for anyone to know if it's real or not. What if you want to get rid of your doubles? It's courteous to sort them forever. Yeah, it's the thing. I'm a bulk sorter. Granted, some stores I've noticed actually have a, they have an accommodation for the non-sorting types. And I think this also works, which is there's like Banana Games, for instance, there's a ledge by a window near the entrance staircase, and it just has a sign saying, please take. And sometimes people will just take their bulk and put it there next to the please take sign. And because a lot of kids go through there to play, Pokemon and spinning tops from Japan with anime, there's a lot of kids who get really excited just like sifting through bulk and grabbing pretty things. So obviously this guy right here, hey, what crime have I committed that the court of history would not support me committing? Beyblade, thank you. I completely forgot what it was called for the last 2 minutes of my life. Apparently Ultraman is collabed with the spinning top. So has the Transformers. Yeah, Toronto, specifically at Banana Games, is one of the main locations, has like some of the largest regular gatherings of professional Beybladers and competitive Beybladers that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. It gets wild. I was talking to some of them because, Beyblade is still handled by Hasbro over here. And I was like, so what is the Hasbro handling of it? Are they just a distributor, or are they trying to do like their own thing? And apparently, when Hasbro tried to do their own thing, they apparently made some of the worst Beyblade components on the market, as it is now treated as a competitive sport. So they stopped doing that, and they just do distro now, is what I was told. If you play competitive Beyblade, surely you have to turn up dressed like a Wii anime guy. Listen, I told the story, right? At Invasion Comics and Cards, when I was leaving there after picking up some Flesh and Blood order, it was a day where they were having a Beyblade tournament, and I held the door open for, I could only describe this person as a literal anime protagonist who walked in as I was leaving. Leather jacket, protagonist clothing, and a metal briefcase covered in like wrought iron badges and markings and icons that had their blades in it, all in like foam. And I was like, I am literally not cool enough to talk to anyone here. I have to leave. I am not cool enough to be here. Like, that feeling when it's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a very primal feeling of like, I'm not cool enough to be here. I have to leave. I will be subsumed if I remain. I'll somehow become a victim of the plot of the episode if I stay here. You almost described Seto Kaiba. Not on purpose. I thought for a second, I was like, damn, I didn't have much bulk, did I? I forgot I had this entire stack over here still. I'm cool enough to be anywhere I please. And so am I. But this is different. Like, I will happily exist in a lot of places, but something about an intimate small space with Beyblade protagonists and antagonists entering the room, where I was just like, I might perish if I stay here. Not physically or mortally, but on a meta-narrative level, I might perish. Yeah, avoid being an NPC casualty. Yeah. Oh, someone's main plot is advancing. I better run. Yeah. Now, Beyblade is fascinating. Like, the good Beyblade arenas, Banana Games has a bunch, and I saw in their Discord, someone was once asking, hey, is there any way we can, like, rent out your arenas to use? And Banana was basically like, well, no, we need them for our major events, and these things are expensive to get, and, like, if they get busted and worn down outside of events, then we're kind of hooped for our actual events. Because the good Beyblade arenas have like fine tooth gearing around the outside, like they have to be the Japanese ones, right? And they got like fine tooth gearing around the outside so that when the Beyblades hit the rim of the arena, they lock into the gearing and it's angled just so that they then pick up potential energy and like refuel their spin. And it's wild. Just use your bathtub. Yeah, exactly. So would this set be the better route to go if I was currently sitting on a half-built at best Ginga deck? Probably. There's probably still bits and pieces of Ginga and Victory you'll need from older sets, but I believe... I don't know the new Ginga Victory deck that well, but I believe a lot of its meat is now in this set. So I would say BP08, if you want to build on top of a Ginga deck, like, this is how you build it into a modern Ginga Victory deck, is my understanding. I just don't myself know what that looks like. Oh, Beyblade is a spectator sport. It's fun, and it's friggin' loud. And also, I've told this story before, when I was at Invasion, before I encountered Seto Kaiba, I was asking, like, so is it like... You know, those things are moving really fast. Like, do people ever get injured? And they told me, like, sometimes blades will escape containment. And I was like, what does that mean? And then they took out, they're like, oh, check this out. And they got this huge, like, you know, bulletproof thick glass jar in the shape of a D20 that they keep dice in. And they turned it around to show me this impact fracture that looked like someone actually shot it with a gun. And they were like, yeah, the blade escaped containment and flew across the room and hit this jar. And I was like, I have to leave. I'm not supposed to be here. This is the wrong... I'm in the wrong universe. I'm in the wrong fictional universe right now. I sling cards and I yell. I don't... Yeah, it's like a wild beast. I mean, the way, you know, the way some of the bladers will talk about their tech, it's like they talk about it as though it's a living creature, right? When they launch it, and I'm like, I think you're right. I think that you're correct in doing this. It's really cool, and Banana has like a dedicated like Lil Bladers day that crisscrosses with some of the times I'm there, where it's like in the enclosed gaming space they set up like Beyblade just for kids, uh, and I'm like, man, like imagine if you lived somewhere where you're like a little kid, and you have like a Beyblade club that you go to every week. Like, what a good social it's freaking, I don't know. Brings a little tear to my eye when I'm like, man, that's so cool. See the video of someone's Beyblade aura farming before winning. I mean, that sounds like every time I've watched Beyblade stuff happen. Kid hobbyists are eating good these days. Yeah, I'm so happy for them. Like, you sure the tears aren't because you got hit with a Beyblade? No, listen, I keep a respectful spectator distance from the bladers when they are active. I have been jump scared when I've wandered too close to the bladers and suddenly heard what I can best describe as a deafening bang. And I like freaking was like, what? I'm like, what just exploded? And it's like, no, it's just two of the Beyblades smacked into each other. And I'm like, how fast are... Like, occasionally the Beyblade noises sound like a glass cabinet exploded. And like, I'm not complaining. I think it rules, because as far as I know, it's safe, right? Aside from that one jar. I hey, listen, as far as I have been told, if you think, if Beyblade strikes your interest, like, it is, as far as I know, it is treated as a legitimate competitive sport now. I used to joke about, you know, whether you use ball bearings in your blader gears, but, like, friggin' actually matters. In fact, I'm the asshole for making the joke. Mixed feelings of gradually removing every starter deck card from your Geed 0 deck. Some of the starter Geed 3, as far as I know, is still important if you are running Geed stuff. I don't know the modern, like, ways that Geed fits in with things, because I'm still at a point with Ultraman where I'm like, I don't know how to experiment with brewing yet. I'm still kind of like keeping it low key. Another thing I like about Beyblade, a lot of the time they actually get into anime kayfabe and say "let it rip" when they started. Yes, they do, and like y'all like enough robot stuff to get this and Toku stuff to get this, right? But like, when people say a thing, sometimes you're like, oh, is it gonna be cringe? But then, like, you hear two people who are about to play legit competitive Beyblade, and they both yell "let it rip," and then it sounds like they both shot a shotgun at each other, but they shot the bullets at the other bullets specifically, and you're like, no, you know what? No. Anyone wants to start something over them yelling "let it rip," go stick your hand in the arena while the two tops are trying to kill each other. Let's grab the Tregears and Tartaruses first. Need to get into Ultraman kayfabe, do the noises. Every now and then, because they haven't got my favorite Ultraman noise is Ultra 7's "Duh!" And I sometimes throw a "Duh!" when I'm playing Ultraman, and only a few people get it. I will say, I'm a fake enough fan that I don't learn everyone's Ultra Grunt. I just roll with it, right? Like, I do a casual style. How do you write that? Duyea-H. Didn't miss any Swedes, did I? I'm quietly also collecting my Swedes. Ultra Grunts is my favorite indie movement shooter. I'm very proud, and we put a lot of work into that one. You know, we lost team members along the way, but it was worth it for the sake of the craft and the entertainment, capital E. Jeed is a great place to learn noises because they shout them in the henshin suit. Yeah. Well, poor Jeed, for the first, like, what, 2/3 of the show, gets eaten by his own stock footage. He's like, Jeed! Like, you never get to hear the D. But yeah, they also, all the ultras yell their different things when they show up, which is educational. It's what the kids gotta learn. Grunted too hard, went too fast. You lived the right way. I'm sorting cards and my dopamine levels are spiking. I did learn recently from someone who actually knows about this stuff that the way I use the phrase dopamine is for the most part incorrect, even though it makes sense. But apparently that's a societal issue that is, you know, something to be solved at a later date. And I was like, I appreciate it though. I appreciate the feedback. I like to know when I'm wrong about things. So many high kick triggers. We're gonna hang on. I'm gonna show you all. Another one. Check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 high kicking Traegears. That's a Magic the Gathering hand that you do not mulligan unless you're a coward. Imagine you just start a game of Commander with this. It's the good stuff. Have you seen Beat Runners, Indie Toku that Koichi Sakamoto is also directing? I have not. That sounds really familiar, but I don't think I've seen that. Beat Runners. I'm gonna forget that. Hang on. Now it will live with me. You run with your feet? Greenhorn. Coward. Let's get the small fry kaiju out here next. We're doing our Grigio Kings, our Melbas, and our Guile Bakus. Oh yeah, you too, Golza. All I'm saying is, every now and then, you deserve to disrespect something, you know, and in my case, it's Golza. Ooh! I didn't, as always, I didn't intend to just start sorting cards on screen, but like, now that I started, how can I stop? The satisfaction is endless! Ah! Fiends, sorted. Kaiju, sorted. Me going like, ooh, it might take a second. It might take a second to sort my bulk. Let's get the. By the way, here's a trick. Tiga always has this purple thing on the top, so I can pull all the Tigas out immediately. I love crying guy. Favorite new character. Listen, we all every now and then we gotta. If you hold all your straw man character acts inside you, they'll start to rot your brain. You gotta let your straw men out now and then. Adam Bill Moo. Hang on. I'm gonna flashbang you. Give me a second. Altarts. Look at the spot gloss on the altarts. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Check it out. The quadrares. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What about this? What about this? Look at that. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Check it out. The triple rares. They got texture as well. Look at this. Look at how much is happening here. And look how the spot gloss is popping the guy. Ooh, ooh. So the friggin' look at the way that the eye is catching. Look at that. Look at that. That eye keeps catching a shine, right? Oh, look at that. Mmm. Now I'm the crying guy. That was just for you. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, specifically online man making gorilla noises is another one of my favorite strawman characters. I think it's a classic. Like the guy is in an FPS lobby, and then here's a remotely female voice goes, "Whoa, whoa, woman, what are the Tiga colored corners for? Yeah, I asked about this, and now I forgot the precise explanation, but apparently it's just because like this is the Tiga universe's signature color, and the original Ultraman is having red here, and that's all unrelated. The color system has to do with if they have a dot here. So this is apparently just due to like the generation that they're from. So like the Showas are going to be red, the Tiga era is this, and then the new generation is blue. And since new generation is a majority of the card pool, most of them are blue. Shockwave be like, oh, female. Now, female is always gonna be Grand Nagus. That's always gonna be my dude on the internet reacting to woman voice at the end of the day.
A female has challenged me to a game of wit. Clearly, a challenge I will be victorious in. And then perhaps the female will respect me.
Which Grand Nagus? The Poison Cup one. Yeah, it's Zek. Zek to me is every Zek is the secret identity of every chud when they speak out loud.
Society is tired of the female superhero. Nobody would believe such a thing in real life anyway.
Happy to announce my new YouTube channel where I talk about culture war. Imagine trying to stream in character like that for like 3 hours. Yeah, the way that new generation is now just like kind of everything, it makes it hard for me to remember that there's a new generation. But at a certain point, I kind of recognize like this is probably also more of a me problem. In character and in full, yeah. Well, no, that's part of my whole trick, right, with doing Ferengi voice is I've developed the probably actually useless skill set of mimicking the sensation of having a giant set of prosthetic teeth in my mouth. For the sake, because when people try to do Ferengi voice, right, they gotta make it sound like they're working around some kind of prosthetic tooth application that is very high quality, but makes it a little bit difficult for them to enunciate fully. And like you gotta do that, otherwise it's not real Ferengi. Otherwise you're not following the goddamn rules of acquisition. Old generation. Well, I mean, yeah, logically.
They made a transformer! A female! Intriguing.
Something.
Does she turn into some kind of laundry machine?
Horrific chud 55-year-old just discovers the Transformers. That's my new character I'm inventing.
They made a transformer but forgot the gender!
That's the other trick for Ferengi voice, right? Got to figure out how to make gender sound like a weapon. I wish I could do Michael Dorn's voice. It's so I know I've known people who can do a good Worf voice, and it's so funny. It is not called cisformers, my friend. You yell about the apology tours to Grand Nagus.
So there I was, ready to enjoy a long-awaited apology from Hasbro, when they insult me by debuting a new version of the classic theme song, and the vocalist is a female!
That's all I got.
500 cigarettes!
Matt Moylan is thank you. I'm proud to announce my new character piece.
hot off the presses of distracting the best kinds of attention for my Mega Man comic books, I'm proud to announce Street Fighter Cross Common America, because I'm tired of having any kind of nuance to my reputation.
Yeah, I'm G2. I'm G2 Matt Moylan. Now, I saw that I genuinely thought that was a bit, because I was like, no, this is like friggin'... I was like, y'all gotta actually relax on this cartoon character nonsense. No one would do this. I was like, this is fan art. Leave me alone. No way. I know it's not.
How many liberals does it take to change a light bulb? None! They're too busy with their gender!
Why did I not just make that my YouTube debut? It's just in character Grand Nagus Zek, the men's rights activist. $50,000 a month on Patreon. Rest in peace, my neighbors, by the way. Oh, I got a stray Ginga in here. Just to add to the ongoing saga that I always play out in my head of my poor neighbors going like, what the fuck? What is he? Who is in there? And my new VTuber. I mean, depending, right? Maybe I'd fit right in on the right crowd. The neighbors are light bulb changers.
Excuse me. We've been living in proximity for quite some time, and I have a question for you. How many of you does it take to change a light bulb? No, come back! It's very clever! What I'm about to do, come back!
Turn to my phone, which is still running video.
As you can see, the liberal is a coward when faced with conflict. And a superior intellect.
Yeah, this is turning into Skeletor. It's absolutely turning into Skeletor.
I love looking at pornography!
Would never change a light bulb. I only use RGB strips. I've been foiled again. Disconnected. Out delivering pizza all night. Money bags. Yo. I hope people are treating you well and that they're giving accurate instructions how to actually get the pizza to them. Yeah, I want to watch that the Travis Knight He-Man movie. I don't really want to watch. I think I missed my window now too, but I'm very eager to watch it streaming sometime. Oh, Chris Muse, you missed me throwing you under the bus as the entire reason why the pissing thing happened. That was very early on in the stream. on Prime already. I don't have Prime. My mom does. Worst case, if I forget about it, next time I visit my mom in a couple months, I might go like, "Yo, do you want to watch He-Man?" I got my mom reading There Is No Anti-Memetics Division on her Kindle, and she's reading it very slowly because like every concept being presented is terrifying her. And I think that's kind of wild, but also kind of cool. Very effective piece of writing. Go sailing the seven seas. It's too much work. I don't want. Where's the torrent? Where's the torrent site? I'm spoiled by the 2010s era of streaming services. Now I'm like, if someone doesn't like hand feed me a torrent with like literally their fingers putting it into my little mouth, I'm like, oh, it's too much work. I just watched the Odyssey on Twitter. I don't know if that's a bit, but also if it isn't, I'm unsurprised. People, ever since Twitter, like, fully enshittified, like, it's not uncommon where people are just like, I'm gonna upload a movie. And see what happens. The downside is Twitter is so unsearchable now that it probably will be difficult to find it unless people are talking about it enough such that it's about to get deleted, is my assumption. But, or that too, yes. Or in 500 video clips, yes. Chatting with a coworker about Motu the movie. I was calling it the He-Man movie because I'm in work mode and toning down. He corrected me. Oh, I read that in an insufferable. Actually, I can't help but notice you said the He-Man movie. Let's check my. I don't see any record of such a movie existing. Do you? Do you maybe mean Masters of the Universe? And I don't know why people don't want to talk to me about movies anymore. It's really weird. I'm so hyped for that Seaman movie. I love the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, I was gonna say you clip that, send it to your friend. I can't find the clipping function anymore. The clips are still in the Your Clip section. I'm having a goddamn time finding the scissors button that lets me make a new clip now. So I got a feeling like Google did their Google thing where they took a perfectly functional function they don't tell anyone is there that maybe 10 people are using, and they're like, oh, we better remove this. This is a negative user experience. I might be wrong. I might just have been on like something that had it turned off. I don't know, but I was trying to make, because I made a Garo clip once to show people a cool part of Garo Makai Senki episode 1, and I was trying to do it for something else, and I'm like, where'd the button go? Yet another thing that you already designed that puts your streaming service on a par with Twitch, and then you remove it for reason? Add question mark? It's like, I was having a conversation with someone about something else, but the topic had come up. I didn't go into the tangent because it wasn't suitable at the time, but like the topic of when you are, you know, when one is Google, right? Google's propensity to just do this so randomly. I just screen record things I want to clip like a real. I mean, I do screen record on my phone, but like they built a clipping system. if you build it, why we remove? When you're John Google, it's very frustrating. I mean, there's also, I mean, we've been through this. The actually hilarious hoops one has to jump through to do the equivalent of a Twitch raid as a YouTube streamer. They rebuilt the entire goddamn site around shorts, then deleted an easy avenue to... I mean, you know, Alphabet just likes to remove. I mean, hey, who am I to judge? I have removed things. When I shave, I'm removing old hair from my face. So really, is this any different? Yeah, no, I think the clip function is gone. I think that at least the ability to make new ones is gone, unless there's now yet another toggle buried somewhere that I have to turn on for it. But like I could take a look. I just haven't seen anything about it. And I noticed it was the other week. I noticed. I was like, where the hell is the scissors? It's not the end of the world. It's just like really annoying. Like many things. Might be a skill issue. Oh, if it's a skill issue, I'm so happy. Because it means it's still there, right? Oh, okay, well, yeah, it's hypothetically. Yeah, I don't know. It's like how they keep adding a new button for a social function I don't want in live chat, and every now and then it'll just be floating there. My weary soul cannot handle another UI change to another platform. I mean, it's at the end of the day, the way that I stream, like, we just make it work, right? Like, I never build anything around site functionality because it seems every time I find it, it goes away about a month or two later anyways. Me and my kitchen drawer, true. You know, like the new I need to take more screenshots, by the way, of how YouTube constantly offers me canned responses to your comments, and sometimes the responses are so funny because they're so off context and so wildly inhuman that, like, I couldn't even fathom clicking one without the idea being like, I want to show that, like, I've been taken hostage. I can't even think of an example, but like, toy review of a car. Local crank leaves comment. My life's been ruined since they made cars with 4 wheels like this. And then it'll give me a bevy of, like, a little option of, like, 3 separate things. And one of them will be something like, same here, man. My life was also ruined by the change of the wheels. And sometimes I sit there, I'm like, should I push the button and just, like, have it create this friggin' gaslight ARG for me? And then I'm like, no, I make my own ARGs to gaslight people with. I don't need the robot. But, like, the way that it presents it as, like, what a good, look at what we've done for you. We've made it easy for you to sound like you're not human. I'm like, wow, that's enticing. I never thought about the fact I could simply present myself as less human and less sincere. One of the only things that has ever been a universal engagement point, if one's going to get really cynical on this, your platform, is having genuine... It's me, local crank. It's very silly. I noticed that on actually on Instagram as well, because I'm trying to play around with more of these, like, voice acting challenges and, like, open audition things, because I think it's just, like, fun. But also, hey, if it turns into something, that'd be neat. And it's often remix are real, but add your voice in on the bits, right? And without fail, dating back months, the most purveying comment is they moved the remix button again. So apparently, all that Zuckerberg does with Instagram is every 3 to 5 weeks finds in the UI where the remix button is and goes like, now you're over here. And then people eventually adjust, and then a few weeks later, now you're behind this. And like that just seems to just be a thing that is happening constantly. It's weird. I'm glad that Instagram is not critical to my operations. I think I might get annoyed if it was. Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider in 2028. Good for him. Blue Sky moved the save image button a month ago. It's still tripping. Oh, I didn't even remember that. I think I actually have run into that. I just like sometimes like meaningless UI shuffling, but I'll just do this hand motion as well because it seems relevant. Sometimes I don't even notice it, and I'm just doing it. See, don't you wish you could clip that? What a shame. And it's like this when the save image function is moved around on like on a socials platform. Like sometimes I just will adjust, and it will take weeks, but I'm not even like thinking about it. But the remix thing really stuck out to me because it was like that was everyone's problem because they're like, I'm actually trying to, you know, in the case of the person who posted the original reel, I'm actually trying to solicit auditions with this, and I thought the function worked the way it did last week. Mark Zuckerberg here. We added a button. We will print your reel on a onesie and eject a baby wearing that onesie from a plane. It'll make the data centers work better. Trust us. Oh yeah, there's SDCC report. That's right. It's only Saturday. there's plenty of reporting to still happen from the San Diego Comic-Con. I liked what I saw a couple clips from the Spaceballs panel, and I like how much Spaceballs is kind of like getting it. It's like this very interesting version, right, of boomer humor that's still pretty funny. It kind of had me going like, you know what? Turns out, even when he is a century old, that Mel Brooks kid still kind of got that clever thing going on about him. I'm sure it's not just Mel Brooks, obviously, but like, it was kind of touching that like Spaceballs like kind of got it. Yeah, like they did their cinematic universe timeline. I was like, this is a joke that could be really tiresome, and very specifically, they circled the sun twice as you have to with a joke like that, and it was pretty funny to look at. Jada is doing Sakura and Alpha 3. Okay, so they just won the Alpha 3 arms race. Rest in peace, Storm Collectibles. Oh, Griff, you found the clip. Okay, all right. I really hope this ends with it's alive. Oh. Well, shucks. All right. Hi, I'm John Google. Quote, as part of this update, share at timestamp will become the main way to share specific moments in videos, replacing the clips feature. You. Haha. Ah. Wee. Because you know what? The thing is, right, when you share it timestamp, the video, not only has that feature been there for 100 years, the video keeps playing. The point of clipping is so you can share a clip. Not because you know what always takes the steam out of trying to share something? Surely some of you can attest to this notion. When you get a timestamp link and you paste it and you start typing, I think the timestamp will work. Also, you only have to watch for X number seconds or minutes. After that, feel free to stop. The steam, the momentum of what you were trying to share is literally bleeding out of your mouth. and you're kind of like, well, I mean, anyway, do you want to look at it? I don't know. YouTube clips are now a finite resource. Yeah, hey, I'm proud and humble to announce I've come up with NFTs too. YouTube clips, now a known finite resource. It will always be off by milliseconds. Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. Oh boy, it's fine. We'll survive. We'll figure it out. It's just really stupid. Because the other part of it, right, when it's like party's update, don't worry, we've removed that feature because you can use this one. And kind of like, okay, what? But, hey, come back. Hey, come back. Stop leaving with my house. Come back. Why are we removed? What is the gain by removing it? What is the gain by removing it? The answer is data centers. I don't actually know. I'm just being cynical now. I'm being too cynical. Do I have anything else to share? I wrote the script for this guy. Writing the script for this guy. Planning to have them done in the coming week. That's something I can share. None of it's in here. Anyway. Yeah, the clip system, I mean, this is not real. This is sort of a condemnation of the clip UI. There was the ability in the clip UI to get very granular in a very unclear way, as I recall it, where you could manually input like decimal millisecond things, but like that involved being given no help in doing so by the UI. Oh no, it's just new review scripts. These were the sources of inspiration for me this month. Well, this past 2 weeks. Did you know, by the way, because I forgot until I was trying to make sure I was accounting for all the functions. Did you know? You probably did, but I want to share because I was proud of finding this out. Did you know that this thing goes back there too? Like no real gain in doing so. But I thought that was kind of neat. It's just easy to forget that that's there, right? Because like you're like, oh, that's so neat. Anyway, I'll stick it there. Or oh, that's so neat. Anyway, if I put it there though, are all the new cyber keys the same? I think so. I don't have any other ones handy. Oh, longer says I. Okay. Chris Muse, I did. Well, dang it! Anyway, the crux of my review of Vector Prime is that I kind of like him, and I understand that he's kind of weird, but I also love the G-Axis toy, and thus I was primed to like anything they made out of G-Axis. It's like with Thrilling 30 Orion PAX. I was primed to like anything they made out of that toy after Orion PAX. They simply never did. And thus I was left wanting. Well, at least they simply never did in a form that I was easily able to interact with. Did you know you can eat the force chip? Hypothetically. But here's my question. When do you yell force chip ignition in the process? I have not yet seen Odyssey. I'm Another one that I very much would like to see. I just don't know if I want to go see it in a theater. It's on my interest list, but not my theatrical ticket interest list. That makes sense. It has the chip right in the name. True. Like, do you try to say force chip ignition while you're pushing it in, or do you say force chip ignition insert, or do you say and then force chip ignition, right? Like, friend of a friend said it was so loud in the cinema people were covering their ears. Yeah, like I'm not trying to. I should also say because it has become the latest target of useless YouTube channels. I don't have any like statement reason for not feeling like I want to go see Odyssey right away. It's just it takes a lot for me to want to go buy a movie ticket. Nowadays, it's nothing quality based. It's very vibes based. It's very much also it's someone asking me to go see it. I don't need to watch the Odyssey because I read it already. Well, you know what? How does it feel with your sins catching up with you? You read leaks before they finish the movie, and now you're not interested in seeing the movie. Must feel pretty silly. What is the last movie you saw? The Amazing Digital Circus grand finale, actually, in a theater, I should say. I think... No, before that is when I saw Sinners with my mom on Prime. Prime? On streaming of some kind. Did you read the new translation? Oh. Shake my head at Homer for leaking the Odyssey script. Yeah, right? Friggin' writers not realizing they're part of a team and friggin' putting that stuff out centuries in advance. Messed up. Is Homer an idiot? Question mark. Monstructor Toy Hacks looks... Oh, I didn't know they had the Monstructor set up. But yeah, I have a movie list of horror flicks I want to see now. I want to see Backrooms, and I want to see Weapons, and I want to see Obsession. I want to get my horrifics in. I'm kind of like jonesing for something that I'm not sure exists though, which is like I finished the published version, the V2 of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division, and I'm like I want another one of this, and I'm like I know I could just go comb the SCP website, but like there was something really cool about reading like some cosmic horror on paper, and now I want more cosmic horror. What about the front rooms? I am the front rooms! Mistake Boy, you actually have to see all those movies. I know, it's the law. I've already gotten a ticket. Chris Ultraman, can you show us how to play the Ultraman TCG? Basically, you make them touch. Thoughts on the new Gundam show and game? I don't have a ton. I'm with Gundam. I mostly right now just like I like casually playing the card game. I did see the meme someone did of the new Gundam with the because he's got like the big thing around the head, and someone interpreted that as just having a teeny tiny face and a massive chin. And so they took some Photoshop thing of some guy with a huge chin and a teeny face, and they put it next to the new Gundam's head, and I was like, that was funny. But apparently that's a helmet the Gundam puts on. Have you seen Hereditary? I have not. I also haven't seen Substance, which I would like to see, for various thematic reasons, of goop and body horror. I got the lousy brainworm where I'm like, I want to watch a film that is of feature length, and I'm like, oh, I got to make sure I've done everything else I got to do today, and I got to make sure I have something to snack on while I'm watching. And I overload myself with pre-work to do it, and I just go like, what if instead I sort cards and turn on a YouTube? So I'm the problem. Have you seen Daimajin, the Monster of Terror? I have not. I know that one's on a list too. I just keep wanting to like rewatch like Tetsuo. Because that's also usually floating around for free and I like it a lot. Oh, the Zets op just started. Oh right, you're at the it's the half-hour countdown. Well, we're comfortable now. I wonder. I wonder something. I have to go digging deep into the options. So very deep into the options. Is it under details or customization? Customization. If I go here, and then, where are we at? Oh, it's right there. All right. Gonna give a bit of a bump to some tiny YouTube channel showing some little Common Rider Zets thing. But yeah, I am going to try to raid you all into the Zets episode to see if that works. I'm just curious. Like, I'm not, you know, I would say here's a raid phrase. You will be buried under whatever the live chat is the moment you get there. Glad you're helping smaller creators. Thank you. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very humble and proud of myself. I'm kind of a really good person. I'm kind of like a philanthropist and a benevolent humanist, helping out people. Thanks for watching the stream, in which we ripped open a bunch of Ultraman BP08 cards. I have one of each of the quadrares now. I've got my set of rubes, and this should send you all to the new episode of Kamen Rider Zets afterwards. My dirty strimmer. You're goddamn right I am. You can call me Heisenberg. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you all later. I'm gonna stream some toys in the coming week if I get my other works done. Cause I got a whole stack of toys still. Pre-TFCon and post-TFCon. From TFCon. And I want to still open them on streams because it's more fun that way. I opened one without streams because I did the rest of that set without streams, and it was okay, but I was immediately like, this would have been more fun with this. So I will catch you all later. Take it easy, stay safe, hydrate, eat nutrition, make sure that your heart pumps blood. Or not. I'm not your mom.
Let them come.